Welcome to Desert Life with Maria. I'm Maria DeRosa, and today I'm celebrating a nut that's nuttier than me. Pistachio! Yes, today is National Pistachio Day, and I'm so glad that that nut doesn't care how I am dressed because today was pickleball day. I'm getting ready to go to Florida, and the fun part about this pistachio little recipe and info that I'm going to give you, it's like you could be in your bathrobe. It's so easy what we're going to do to celebrate Pistachio Day. So let me tell you a little bit about this nut. First of all, let me give you a bird's eye view of what it looks like. Now these pistachios are already out of their shell. You'll notice they're green, which is why the Chinese for years and still do call it the green almond. Almond referring to lots of protein, lots of goodies. Now, the interesting thing about this pistachio nut is that it was proficient in Asia for years, back to 9000 BC. The Queen of Sheba, it's been traced back to her, promoted it as a royalty nut. She loved it so much that after her passing, other emperors, empresses, people of hierarchy really thought this was the nut to have. Now, why is pistachio such a great thing to know about, and why is it good for you? Well, basically, even though we didn't really know much about this nut here in America until it was about the early 1900s, through the years and through science, we have found that there's three really great minerals, nutrients in this. One, magnesium. Two, thiamine, I can never pronounce that one, and copper. Magnesium, of course, good for the heart. Thiamine, good for your red cells. And lastly, copper, because it's good for the nervous system. So, 1900s, but in 1903, pistachio ice cream with these guys. And just 40 years ago. So, figure that. Me growing up, we didn't have this because it's only 40 years that we have been harvesting it here in the United States. And now, not only is it popular, but it is a very prestigious, high-end, not easy to have a price point on this, but they're worth every penny of it. So I got mine at Trader Joe's, and they're reasonably priced. They're already deshelled. And what I want to show you is the most popular thing on the market that's healthy for you to do, and it is a pistachio crusted salmon. So I've already poached the salmon. I will put in the notes below the recipe for poaching the salmon, and it was chilled for about an hour and a half. So I'm now taking it out of the refrigerator, and we are going to prepare the crust for it. This will give you the nutrients, all the goodies that you want. It's so versatile, it's amazing. So, what do we need? 6 simple ingredients. Again, I'll put this down below. We're gonna start with some crushed pistachios. I love this because you just dump everything in. It's easy breezy, and it's about 1/3 cup. Then we're gonna do a little bit of sea salt. I like to put my crushed lavender herbs that I have and some pepper, and that's it. So I'm going to put that in there. Then you can do a clove of garlic, but I'm all about garlic, so I used actually almost 2½ cloves and minced them up. So those go in next. Then we've got extra virgin olive oil, about 1.5 tablespoons. So we're going to put that in, use the rubber spatula to get all the goodies out of there. Then real lemon juice. I actually like Meyer lemons for this recipe, but I didn't have any, so I used some real lemon juice that you can get just about at any market, and about 2 tablespoons. So we put that in there. And lastly, our 6th ingredient is a really good organic honey. And it's a about a tablespoon and a half, maybe, more or less, depending on how much you have to do. What I'm making is enough for 2 nice large pieces of salmon. This is almost 9 ounces, so this would be enough, more than enough for 2. But if you like a lot of the goodies, so now you just swish it around, and you'll notice that it gives a little bit of juiciness to it, so not only coat it, but it'll drip down the sides. Easy breezy. We just put this on our salmon, and the juice will, you could even like pour it on, but I like to make sure that I get the nuts on the top, so it's literally coated. And since I don't have 2 pieces, I'm just going to put some juice. Now, what's really nice about this recipe is if you add a little bit of balsamic vinegar and probably another 1/4 cup of olive oil, you can have a salad dressing that won't require much else, because of everything else is basically in the nuts to really spice it up, and your other ingredients. So this, since it's already cooked, is going to go into the oven at 375 for only 10 minutes. So I will be putting in a picture of what it looks like when it's done. It'll have a nice like toasty crunch to it. One other fact that I think is so fascinating and so kind of nutty about this nut is that the tree, the male pistachio tree, can actually pollinate 25 female pistachio trees. And when they do, it takes them 5 years, the females, 5 years before they even have any nuts. But once they do, guess what? They live for 200 years, which is why it's been around for so long, and it can be traced back. Yeah, it's just a fascinating little nut. Pistachio ice cream is really good. You only need 1 little scoop because it's just so rich. But that did become popular in the mid-1900s. So if you haven't ever tried it, and I think there's one out on the market that uses almond milk. So go celebrate, crack a nut. Oh, last comment. The nut shell. This is what's so amazing about this pistachio. The shell, which I got them deshelled already, but the shells are actually used in making mulch for our plants and for our grass, for all sorts of outdoor usage. And some people even use it to prevent the bugs and rodents that come around the vegetables. They just put shells of pistachios and it keeps them away. So there you go. It's a fascinating all-around nut. Celebrate National Pistachio Day. I will be putting down the recipe. Please comment below if there's something you'd like for me to explore, because it's all about the kitchen. It's all about having fun and being nutty. Take care. Happy Pistachio Day.